Today we're going to be talking about the possible trilogy that was supposed to happen for Juice's first 3 albums. Now before this video starts, I do need to go ahead and shout out Kid Light. This video would not be possible without him. He helped me with a lot of the research and a lot of clips and everything, so big shout out to you. A link to their Twitter will be in the description down below if you guys want to go check them out and follow them. Alright, so with all that being said, let's just hop on into this. So right when Goodbye and Good Riddance dropped, Juice actually did an interview where he kind of talked about like stuff that you might not know or behind the scenes of Goodbye and Good Riddance. And one of the questions, he actually went on to say that like this might be a bigger story, like the start of something bigger.
That may or may not be the start of a story, like more than, how albums tell stories. That may be like the start of like a trilogy or something.
Now, this only leaves us to believe that like there was supposed to be a trilogy, at least at one point or another, and this was filmed right when Goodbye and Good Riddance got done, so I would assume that this was Juice's original plan. Now, something Kid Light and I kind of discussed and talked about was that possibly what the original trilogy was supposed to be would be Goodbye and Good Riddance, The Abyss, and then Outsiders. Now that might be a little bit weird because Juice might not have known about Outsiders at the time and he might not have had it planned out that far, but we have kind of narrowed it down that Death Thirst for Love was not even a part of the original trilogy because that album was just made when Juice and Ali got together, and it was just to kind of like show like how he was feeling in that like current time, where I believe that if he never met Ali, or at least like they didn't start dating when they did, they would have dropped the Abyss album and we kind of still would have got the trilogy. But Kid Light also told me that Ali said somewhere that the trilogy is still going to come full circle once we get the last album, so exclude Legends Never Die obviously, but whenever we get Outsiders or whatever they release, maybe it could be the Abyss, we think that that is going to kind of like connect the trilogy still, maybe not like how Juice wanted, but it still will. And just because we said Death Thirst for Love was made for Ali, and just because he was in love with her at that current time and everything that was going on, that doesn't mean that The Abyss was about Starfire. I just think Juice wanted to kind of change it up a bit, and he wanted to drop something that kind of related more to Ali at that current time. So yeah, what we think is that Goodbye and Good Riddance, The Abyss, and Outsiders was supposed to be the original order of the trilogy. Now, just to kind of break this down a little bit more for people that might be confused, like if you're wondering how the album rollouts would have been like or what was going to happen with certain songs, well, Righteous was always an Outsider single. That was never going to be a part of The Abyss, so that was still going to end up being on Outsiders, and we know this because of Ali confirming it on an Instagram live. And we might have possibly ended up getting Hate Her Friends on the original tracklist for Abyss because Cole Bennett actually confirmed that he was supposed to make a music video for it.
To shoot this song called Hate Her Friends. I liked it, it was a good song, but I had heard he was playing me a few songs one night, and Armed and Dangerous is one of them. And I was like, wait, play that one more time. I just got hooked right away. It was something new from Juice that, people hadn't really heard. It was just like a whole new side. It was fun and it was charismatic, and it really brought out just a side of him that people didn't know just yet because people knew him for his heartbreak music and his deeper stuff. So this was like a whole new light.
It obviously later ended up getting switched to Armed and Dangerous, but at least it was originally planned out, I'm pretty sure, for that to be a single or a lead single for The Abyss. So maybe it kind of like where everything started falling apart for the Abyss album is when they ended up dropping Armed and Dangerous. And also, I'm not complaining about anything. I'm perfectly fine with the way everything turned out and came out. I love Death Thirst for Love, and I'm not saying that it would have been better if it happened this way. I just kind of want to break this down because this does seem like this is what the original like story or trilogy was supposed to be. Now, there is a theory that the Abyss album was about Starfire, and that could be a reason it got scrapped. I don't necessarily think that deep into this album. I don't think the story for it was going to be anything about him and Starfire. I mean, there's definitely going to be songs on there, but I think for the most part, Death Thirst for Love just came out because Juice wanted to make that about Ali. I don't think it has anything to do with The Abyss being about Starfire. He just wanted an album about Ali out there. Now, this is a possible track list that could be on the album. The song The Abyss or Abyss obviously would have been on here. It's the title track. And then, like we already said, Hate Her Friends. And then we have Ups and Downs and Inner Peace. All these songs are leaked, and these are just some possible songs, or at least like what it seems like were like the most likely to end up on this album. There might be a lot more songs out there that I don't even know of. I've done a lot of research, so has Kid Light, and we haven't found like a really great track list. I do have one that he found that we're going to kind of look into, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be real. Now, some possible songs that we thought could end up on the album were Bad News, I Want It, or Smilin' Sad. We know Sad was about Starfire. I Want It, which is also Water, that ended up dropping on Legends Never Die, was made around the same time as the Abyss album getting hyped up and when Juice is going to get ready to drop again. Now, Bad News, I honestly thought that could have been one that could have been on there. It's about Starfire, but Kid Light actually did some more research into it and found out that it probably wasn't going to be on the album. If you don't know, the actual name of Bad News is In My Arm. And like the story is about like a miscarriage between Juice and Starfire. Whether it's real or not, that is a story like behind the song that Juice is singing about. And the song was also produced by the Chainsmokers. Well, it says in this article that Starfire sent the label In My Arm to look at for a possible track for Legends Never Die or possible upcoming albums. Well, if the label didn't have the song up until now, how would it have ended up being on The Abyss or any other album? So yeah, once again, huge shout out to him for pointing that out. So it doesn't look like Bad News was originally going to be a track on the album, but Water and Sad could have been. Now, we do have a track that has like 24 songs on it, and it doesn't really seem that real, but I do want to go ahead and just break it down and give it to you guys. Kid Light found this track list for us, so let's just break it down. So The Abyss, like I said, I think that one's just a no-brainer. High Tide, it could be. It's just like, this is why it's hard to like kind of look at this track list and look at these songs and just say that they're not on there 100% or say that they were on there, is because we really don't know. I mean, High Tide, Doom could have definitely been on there. Inner Peace, I'm pretty sure is like almost confirmed to be on there. And then Airport Security with Yachty, I'm not sure. If Yacht World is actually an album, a collab album, and this song was on there, then if Airport Security was supposed to be on Yacht World, then obviously it wouldn't be on In the Abyss or Lost in the Abyss, but who knows. And then Killing My Vibe, In the Summer, Freaked It, Pressure Me, Better Off Alone. These are all songs made around the time that I could definitely see them being on there, but I just don't know how much you want to trust it. Billy Idol, I don't know if this song would have been on there. At least the way it's leaked, there's an open verse on this song, so who knows. Twins, Anything But Normal. I know Anything But Normal has an open verse again. Coding Casket, Hit the Road, I know has an open verse. Love Over There, Until It's Over. Try Me has an open verse. Under Her Skin, Pain Heal, Z Nation, and I Do This. So a lot of these do have open verses. So obviously, Death Wish to Love had a lot of songs with, like, I guess you could consider open verses. And Juice could have ended up cutting them off or putting a feature on there if you wanted to drop them. But at least, like, the way it's set up, I don't think that this track list is real. Neither is Kid Light. I mean, some songs are definitely probably were on the Lost in the Abyss album, the original one, but not this track list in order and everything. But this is the only track list that we could actually find that was like a track list. So yeah, what do you guys think? You can let me know if you thought that this was real or not, or what songs you thought were going to be on the album in the comments down below. But yeah, this is basically everything. I want to know what you guys think. Are you glad that we ended up getting like what we did with Goodbye and Good Riddance, Death Wish to Love, and then possibly Outsiders very soon? Or would you have rather had Goodbye and Good Riddance, The Abyss, and then Outsiders, or whatever the third album was? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you guys are new here, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the way to 7,000 subscribers, so just make sure to subscribe. And I also have a Twitter that you guys can go follow. That's at Complex Discuss. I keep you updated with everything over there. Link to that's in the description down below. I also have a SoundCloud, and I finally made a playlist of your guys' songs that I liked, at least a few of them that I've listened to so far. And I also make a new playlist every single month of what I'm listening to. So a link to that SoundCloud's in the description down below as well. I try and keep it updated every single month. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for the crazy support on the Evil Twins video and just the channel in general lately. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you continue to keep watching, and we'll see you in the next video.